What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 6th day of July. We're moving right on through this month already. Here we are on the 15-minute time frame. What are we doing on that, man? Hold on now. I need a sip of this water. We're going to move this around. We got 20 hours, 56 minutes left in the day here. We haven't gone anywhere this weekend. Shocker, I know. We haven't really moved at all. And that's okay. That is really quite okay. Starting off the day down a little bit, 0.15%. Yesterday we went up a little bit, about 0.2%. So we've almost eaten that all the way back. I do think that we have lower to go. And I was actually posting this on x.com here. Let's see if we go to my profile. Let's just pull this up. If you're not following me, you can follow me at ChrisHarris85. I think that the world can and will be better. I do not have any other accounts on X. That's me. I updated my birthday. This is actually not my birthday, but I just put it on there to validate that I'm older than 18 because they ask you to do that if you want to get monetized. And I'm not anywhere near being monetized, but I just figured if someday I get 5 million impressions in however many months it takes, whatever. But I don't care. Just more so June 9th, 6-9, 1997. Like. Am I older? Am I younger than that? You'll never know. I don't like to talk about it. I'm really 70 years old, you guys. I just take care of myself. No. What was it? What was it that I was going to read? This one here. Classic formation. This is on Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin chart right here. Okay. Classic formation. BTC USD. I drew it like this, and then what did we do afterwards? We actually, if I can pull it up on a 15-minute time frame, we actually moved up, had a little fake out. I was actually kind of anticipating that this would happen. What this is, what I like to call this, as I said on X, I said classic formation. Do you know what I call this? Hint, it's called exactly what it looks like. P.S. At least the high velocity breakouts to the downside. Yes. What do I call this? If you've been watching the channel for a while, you should know, and if not, I don't blame you. It's not like the most common thing that you see. It can be effective on any time frame. The smaller the time frame, the less effective. But this, my friends, is called rolling over. Rolling over. I don't know if it's a pattern. I don't know if it's like some kind of structure that other people have identified. Maybe it's just a bear flag. You know, it could be a bear flag overall. And if it is a bear flag, let's actually go with that. Let's run with this being a bear flag, and we'll do the measure move there. Okay, so should I take it from this high or this high? I'm going to take it from this high just to be conservative, right? We're just going to be conservative. High to low. And then we put it at the high point of the flag pattern, which would have been here. That measure move takes us down to about 105.6K, okay? We look at our liquidation map, 105.6K. That's about there. $3 billion in longs getting liquidated. If we look at the heat map, if it loads, and it will load. Let's do it not on 24-hour, but let's just do like the 2-week heat map. We don't need all that data, just 2 weeks. 2 weeks will do. All right, the last 2 weeks when things moved up, moved down. Oh, I need to plug this in. That's probably why it's moving so slow. Let's plug it in. It'll move a little faster. Let's see. Plug it in. And still nothing. Okay, well, whatever. It's irrelevant. Okay, there we go. So if you notice here, I also, after this, just to have fun and see what you guys are capable of, right? We posted this as well. Can you read this map? Which direction are we going to in the short term? So this liquidation map, it's the same thing. I just changed the color. I like the purple more than I like the green. So the purple here, if you notice the shaded area here versus the dark, like the brighter colors, this is the area that has less liquidity, less liquidation levels, right? Here, there's more liquidation levels. So, and of the two, which one are we closer to? I would say we're closer to the downside, which means if the price goes down, we're going to liquidate some longs, okay? Liquidate some longs, rolling over. We even had the fake out, right? Very, very common to fake out, right? We're rolling over, pile on those longs because it looks like we're breaking out of this overall zone to the upside, right? This little move. We just ate it back quick. Had the volume and everything. You tried. The real thing here, guys, is that whenever you try to break out of a range, right? Like let's just imagine here that we've got this little range going on. It's like an ascending triangle, okay? First off, ascending triangle at the base of a downtrend, it's not as likely to perform well, actually. 15-minute time frame, right? Small pattern anyway, so it's less reliable. if you move up with volume, and that was the most volume we've seen as far as a volume spike goes, like in this whole pattern, and you don't go anywhere, that's not good. That's actually not good. That's not ideal at all. If you're trying to break out and you can't persist, you're probably going to go the opposite direction. This is likely a trap. So just a little lesson learned there. I've also noticed, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I don't know why, and this doesn't always happen, but I have noticed with these little patterns, these like triangles here, you'll get this little, I call it like the submarine. I don't know why I've called it the submarine, but it's like you got the little like the scope, I don't know, that you see through. I don't know. This is your submarine. I don't know why I call it that. I've just always called it that. It's a submarine pattern. Typically these things go up a little bit higher, but it's like your scope, and then here's your sub. I don't know. And then you dump. You dump really hard, right? It's like a trap. It's like a trap pattern. It actually happens. I don't know what it's actually called or if that's actually a thing. It might just be a fake out, but I've called it a submarine since before I've ever had a YouTube channel, right? That's just what, I don't know why, but that's what I've called it. Let's see. I'm trying to find an example of it here. Not really finding any examples. Kind of looks like one here, right? Like you got this little range, you went up, you see it, you see what I'm talking about, but you went down, but it wasn't a complete pattern. It's like a false sub. Here, right here, this exact thing. This is exactly right what we just did. Look, right here. And then you went up, and then down, crash and burn, baby. I mean, that's literally what you did. I wonder if the RSI even looks the same. Let's see. RSI here, kind of in an uptrend, right? You broke out as you were getting into the overbought zone. That's where like the scope is, if you will. I don't know. I know it's a triangle. It looks nothing like a submarine. I don't know why. I started calling it that when I was like, I mean, dude, I was young. Let's just say that I was young. I was a new trader. Let's look all the way back over here. Upward trend, but you couldn't get overbought this time actually, and now we're going down. Yeah, I think we're going to see the same results, man. I don't know if we go all the way down to the measure move pattern where it takes us to about. I'm going to turn up the performance. I'm tired of the glitching here, guys. Hold on. I don't know if we're going to go all the way down to the measure move of the bear flag, but I do believe that we will at least see prices that are around, if not below, $107,000. So 107K, maybe down to like 105.5K. I doubt we go any lower than 105K. It could happen, but just in the spirit of things, I doubt that we do. If we were to take this overall high instead of the conservative high, right? Because from this high to that low, it was like 106.5K, I think, if I remember. This one's 105.2K. 105.2K versus, come on now, high to low here. 105.2 versus like 105.7. Yeah, okay, so below 106K both times. I don't know if we go below 106K. I'm betting on 106 to 107, but anything can happen, and I'm okay with that. Let's get to the raw TA here. So rejecting the overbought zone, right? You effectively had a downtrend here, substituted it for an uptrend, and now you're in a sideways kind of trend. You didn't do anything. This RSI overall collectively since Wednesday of, I mean, really maybe since, like late Wednesday, July 2nd, it has been shifting to a more bearish kind of result. We're in a neutral phase now, and that's fine. I mean, obviously the price has been neutral, but we're showing weakness in areas that you'd like to show strength. You had a breakout opportunity here. You did nothing with it. Now we're eating it back. I wonder what's going to happen. You look at the liquidation heat map. We're closer. Yes, I would say we're closer here to liquidating some shorts than we are to some longs. So maybe we move up to 109K first. I doubt it, but maybe we do. A move up to 109K would take us all the way up here, and it's very possible. But I think here we tried to find resistance at these areas of support. We tried to come up here and contact that. We couldn't even get there. That's a bearish look in itself. If we're looking at this from an overall high, is it this one, high to low? Let's see. 382, couldn't even get there. That's bearish as well. If we're looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, and we zoom back in here, we look at the relative low to the relative high. You tip to the 382, bouncing, kind of shaving the golden ratio. I've seen this happen a couple times. It actually happened with Onyx Coin recently. We thought, oh wow, this is bullish. It's actually a really good look. And then we couldn't get above the 382 and down into the golden ratio we went. Actually, do you want to see it? Here, I'll show it to you real quick. XCN USD, literally very similar pattern. I think even on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. Hold on. Figure that out once this thing loads up. Maybe it's on the 4 hour, not the 1 hour, so it might be a little bit larger of a time frame, but that's okay. Yeah, right here, did that exact thing, right? low to high. Skimmed the golden ratio, found resistance at the 382, boom, right into the golden ratio. Where's the golden ratio? 107 to 106.7, right? Something like that. And could we go lower? Sure. A lot of cryptos have actually recently, I've noticed, found support at their 786 areas. So yeah, 106.2. Maybe we go to 105.7 all the way down at the 886. That could happen. That could definitely happen. We've kind of already had one interaction with the golden ratio right here. I would call that an interaction, so we absolutely can. The first interaction, typically you find support. The second interaction is the interaction where you break through, and you would look for the 786, 886. So very, very possible. I'll probably flip bullish in here, and if we have to eat some pain a little bit, cool, whatever. It'll be a higher low anyways. I don't think we go below 105.7. I really don't think we go below this low at 105K, but if that does happen, we can go from there. You know, anything's possible. Some people were calling for sub 95K prices or 96K prices, and that's very possible as well. I'm looking at the moon right now. It's beautiful, man. It's not quite full, but it's getting there. It is getting there. Oh man, there's a bat that just flew. I love bats, man. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but bats are cool. Bats are so common too. Like, I don't know how many people realize this if you're watching this, but if you're out at night and you think you see a bird, it's probably a bat. Just look at it. Look, if it looks like a turd flapping its wings as fast as it can, that is a bat, man. They move differently than birds, you can tell. But anyways, that was kind of cool. That was serendipitous. 1 hour time frame here. Just struggling to get above the 50. Really struggling. You tried though, man. You really did try. You had a higher high in the RSI and no higher highs in the price. Nope. Yeah, lower high right there, and then a bearish engulfing candle. We're starting off this candle here. 45 minutes left in this candle right now. We're going to the upside at first. I would very much think that we continue to move down, actually. And I want to look at the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I think. Okay, so from here, maybe we bounce a little bit, right? You've kind of got this. Maybe we bounce a little bit by the time you guys watch this. Sure, we could be back up at like 108.2K, but that's very nominal amounts from where we are here. I would still think that we go back lower. Definitely being tricky and neutral and volatile to sucker in some people. I don't know, man. I think that's what's happening. 1 hour MACD looking like it's going to reject off the zero line here. Bearish, okay? 4 hour time frame we're looking at this here. MACD is actually getting to a point where you would look for it to find support, but we're not quite there yet. So lower, a little bit lower. And I don't think, you know, we're at 108 point. We're just at 108K right now, essentially. From this price, calling for something that's like, let's say, just below 107K, 1% drop. What, down to 106K, 2% drop? I don't think that's going to break the bank here. I think that the MACD would absolutely find support in this zero area, like it did here. The blue line's down here. You can't really see it, but let me draw it for you. Maybe I can zoom in. Right? Can you see it? Can you see it there? Maybe if I take away the histograms, where? Histogram, there we are. You see, found support right at the zero line there. And you did go below it with the blue one, right? But this is resistance at the zero line. That's resistance too, of course, but this is kind of more significant, actually. When you get these like slight crosses, that's actually more significant. This little tip tap, you continue to grow through it, right? Less significant. So I would think that we get a kind of a double bottom on the oscillators. Once we see that, we should have some positive reaction coming through. Let me pull this back on here so we have the histogram. Probably get another drive of bearish momentum coming in. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense to me. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time I make a Bitcoin video tomorrow, or today, technically today the 6th, tomorrow for me because it is the 5th, in like 8 hours, 10 hours from now, I wouldn't be surprised if we were below this price. Maybe we've gone below it and then we're already coming back up. I don't know, but something like that would probably happen in my opinion. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame one more time, just looking at the MACD there. Yeah, I would assume we reject, guys. I would assume that we reject. We're showing bullishness and we're not doing anything with it. So yeah, we're going to reject. 4 hour time frame, we already went over that. Bearish, I mean, we can look here, the stochastics. Stochastics actually look kind of bullish right now, if I'm being honest. But I'm not holding my breath over it. RSI looks bearish, MACD looks bearish, momentarily bearish, at least on both accounts. So lower. Daily time frame here looks bullish. Actually, the daily time frame looks very bullish. We could go down and still be bullish, right? Still form a higher low. We don't have to go. We could go down 2% overnight and then come up by the end of the day back to neutral. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be this crazy, terrible thing. We want to see a red weekend. We want to see that, right? Stochastics, very bullish looking, honestly. Like the RSI and the stochastics both look bullish, but again, you can come down and then come back up. We've done that several times. It's a commonality. It's actually a very common thing that happens here. with the overbought zone, and I don't think that we're going to work all the way back down to the oversold zone. If we do get lower, if we get out of this band, we'd probably find support at the 60 or at the 50 at the very lowest. And if we go to the 50 on the stochastics, I mean, we're going to be going a little bit lower than 105K. I'm not there yet. I don't think Bitcoin's there yet either. The RSI, I would say, is more postured to go up. Overall, it's bullish. I don't think that we're going to get oversold. MACD bouncing off the zero line, same thing. Bullish things are brewing. Just short-term stuff down, and then we'll be moving up, right? Clear out the liquidations, clear out the longs before you move up. A little dump before the pump, pretty common stuff to do. Man, stuff like this is like, should I just trade in private, or should I actually keep talking about this stuff? Because people have theorized, man. They're like telling me that I make 13 videos or 10 videos a day or however many it is, and it's like, you only do that because you can't make money trading. But it's like, dude, at this point I'm actually making more money trading than I am with the YouTube channel. So it's like, should I just stop YouTube altogether? Probably not. I want other people to learn too. I just worry, one day the account's going to get big enough, and then people already do make plays off of my calls, and what if I get big enough to where I actually have influence in the markets, and then I get screwed because I'm telling people what I think. I'm just going to have to counter trade myself. And sometimes that actually works too, by the way. Sometimes counter trading yourself is actually not a bad thing. But it's tricky, man. This market is definitely tricky right now. But I think if you're just not bored, if you got your eyes on the prize, if you're just focusing, you're paying attention to what's going on, days, weeks from now, we're going to be up dramatically higher, fantastically higher, absolutely. There is a possibility, I suppose, that we could even go below this low, but I doubt, man. I just doubt that happens, but it could happen. Until we see prices above like 110K on a daily closing basis, it's still up in the air, but I have faith that we'll get there. I think what we've done here, looking at the daily time frame, rejected down, we're kind of consolidating this area. Different behavior begets different results, but again, a 1 to 2% move down, a little dump to make people think that we're going to go right lower high, we're going to go down to a lower low now, a little dump to make people think that, close their longs, sell out, and then we pump afterwards. The market moves up best with pain, and I think we have a lot more pain to the downside rather than to the upside right now. But there's going to be pain both ways. I mean, clearly there will be pain at certain levels. There will be pain at certain levels here. But I don't really think I have anything else that I want to say, guys. If you didn't understand what I was saying at all throughout this, we're going to probably go below 107K. I doubt that we go below 105K. Anything and everything in between, I'm thinking probably right there at like 106.7, 106.9. Maybe we go to 105.5, 105.7. There's a couple targets that make sense for that as well. I remain skeptical. I don't believe we're going to get below this low. I don't believe that at all. So, even we might be forming a diamond top. You guys, just crazy stuff, right? We had the diamond top here, okay? Diamond top right there. And yes, it's ugly, but you can have blemishes. Actually, diamond patterns are one of the few patterns that actually you can have priced outside the pattern and it still works. And it's clearly a diamond top. What gives it away is this little volatile point in the middle there. It's a diamond top that turned into a bull flag. It even performed like a diamond top, right? Broke out and then whipped back in the other direction. Turned into a bull flag. We've broken out of the bull flag. I think we're going for another diamond top right here. I genuinely do. Which is why I don't think we're going to go below this, right? But it kind of, this little setup here, tell me it doesn't remind you of like this back here. I mean, to me, it reminds me of that. Might be more obvious on the 4-hour time frame. You see it? Can you see it? And if it is a diamond top doesn't mean we have to break out to the downside, right? But a diamond top like this, right? Can you see it? It's like we're incompleted. We've got to go probably down and just like kind of configure ourselves, and then we'll rip and run, baby. That's what we're going to do. Where are we going to find support? Right down here in these prior areas of support. That's my assumption. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Thank you all. Remember, diamond tops are notorious for breaking out one direction and going the other direction. So there actually is a case where we do break below 106K. If we do, it's not a problem. It's actually just typical behavior. And maybe it's a diamond top. Maybe it's not. Normally, it's like you have to let it form before it actually gets there. But, dude, it seems diamond tops are known for volatility. And this is it's absolutely volatile. It's absolutely volatile, man. And I feel like it's just an incomplete diamond pattern is what we have here. Like, genuinely. It's like we just have to fill this space out. That's it. That's all we got. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, we should be ripping and running to the upside, or maybe down and then up to finish the week. I don't know. New all-time highs. Maybe not next week, but a week from then, right? That would be the third week of July. We might see new all-time highs. Thank you all for being here. I've talked enough. I'll see you on the next one. Is my mic on? Good. I don't have to remake this. Okay. It's hard, man. It's hard to remake these things. Right? Like, I'm authentic. If I have to do this again and I have details that I want to share, oh, it's hard to be authentic. And I'm bored. It's best whenever it's a first take. Anyways, take care. Bye-bye.